Hello, CCW Wrestling fans. Justin Taylor here, your commissioner. We have a lot of exciting things going on and taking place here in Continental Championship Wrestling. Wanted to take this moment to share with you all of those new and exciting things that you're going to see. I want to get this one very important thing out of the way. Over the last several weeks, we have talked about, and you've heard about, the attacks on our CCW superstars and officials. We have an individual, and I said this before, we're going to continue to find out who this person is, and we will go after them without prejudice. Received an email from the perpetrator just a little while ago, who told me that if we drop charges, they will reveal themselves. I'm here to tell you, we are not dropping charges. We are coming after you. We will find out who you are, and we will take you down. The way you are handling things is not how we operate here in Continental Championship Wrestling. You handle things, you handle your beef and your gripe inside the ring, and that's what we're going to do. On to exciting things. So coming up on July 31st, we're going to have a big event, a big show in Palatka, Florida. So we're excited to be back on the road. We're excited to move things along here and to get our superstars out there in front of the fans. So July 31st in Palatka, Florida. And I want to make sure everyone knows here, you're hearing this for the first time, that after July 31st, all titles will be on hold. They will not be defended until WrestleBash. We want to preserve and protect our champions, and we want to make sure that we have the card in full, lined up and ready to go for the fans for WrestleBash that will take place on August 28th. So August 28th, we are going to host WrestleBash. It's the biggest annual event in CCW wrestling. The location. Location is always key, and for the last several years, we have held this event in Fernandina Beach, Florida. I cannot say enough good things about Fernandina Beach. I cannot say enough good things about Nassau County. I love that town, I love that county, love that place. And that place loves CCW. So much so that we have sold out WrestleBash every single year. Therefore, we have decided it might be time to move to a location that can really hold our size, hold our capacity. We received numerous calls and emails from people in Atlanta and Savannah, all over Georgia, and we have found a location that is, they have courted myself and the officials here at CCW, and that place is Blackshear, Georgia. They have a wonderful facility there. The officials there in Blackshear are excited to bring Continental Championship Wrestling to that area. There are fans there who are excited to see Continental Championship Wrestling. And so on August 28th, WrestleBash will take place in Blackshear, Georgia. It's an exciting time for CCW, and there are certainly more details to come on our location along with the card lineup. One big thing that I can tell you that is very exciting. Coming up at our show in Palatka on July 31st, we're going to have Cecil Andrews taking on Landon Cruz. And the winner will get a title opportunity for the CCW Heavyweight Championship, I guess whoever the champion may be at that time, at WrestleBash. So we have a lot of great things, a lot of exciting times here in CCW. You're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of excitement, and a lot of things moving forward as we continue to provide the best wrestling here around for our fans. And again, I can't say enough good things about what's to come, but our 30th anniversary of WrestleBash coming up on August 28th. It's certainly going to be an exciting time, and we look forward to seeing all of you there. Thanks so much, and wish you all the best.
Superstars of the ring, Continental Championship Wrestling with a big debut here of Cobra Singh as he just flattened the Dragon Slayer. Cobra Singh, of course, one of the newest acquisitions here at Continental Championship Wrestling, a big money acquisition, and you can see why this man is a beast. Going for the Cobra Clutch, making quick work here of the Dragon Slayer as it seems.
Yeah, it's locked in really good. Oh!
And we have the tap out
we already
already.
have a victory here, Jimmy.
This match had a 15-minute time limit. I don't think it took 15 seconds for Cobra Singh to put away his opponent in his debut.
Gentlemen, here is your winner by submission, Cobra Singh!
Just look at that cold, determined stare from Cobra Singh at his opponent. Almost a look of disgust on his face. The Dragon Slayer trying his best to get back to his feet, but Cobra
An
Singh...
impressive debut, Jimmy, for the man known as Cobra Singh. As my daddy used to say, his feet cover the ground he walks on. Putting that...
But enough is enough, Cobra. You won the match already. He is just putting the Cobra Clutch back on Dragon Slayer.
Wanting to make an example of the Dragon Slayer, sending a message to everyone here in CCW. He is not a man to be trifled with, apparently, Jimmy.
And I don't know how smart it is for these officials to try to get in there and break it up, because any man who gets within 10 feet of Cobra Singh is likely to leave on a stretcher.
Eloquently put, my broadcasting partner, Dragon Slayer has been slayed, if you'll pardon the pun. Cobra Singh, his work's done, fixing to head back off.
And that is one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen in the professional wrestling ring, and got to be the best debut we've ever had here at CCW.
Easily the best debut. Jimmy, did we get an official time on that? It was what, 3 minutes at most?
It was a 15-minute time limit. It might have lasted 15 seconds. Superstars of the Ring, Continental Championship Wrestling here at Stomping Ground Studios. We have a battle here between two people who have a long history together. You could fill a textbook with what has gone on between the Diamond Exchange, Shooter McGee, and Wild Thing.
Well, yeah,
Mike
Jimmy,
Anthony.
to fill folks in that may not know, Chris Turner and Mike Anthony were able to take the titles from Shooter McGee and his partner at the time, Cecil Andrews. And since then, they have held those titles with pride, wiping away the tarnish that was put on them by Cecil Andrews and Shooter McGee.
Mike Anthony, a fan favorite here at Continental Championship Wrestling. The same cannot be said about Shooter McGee.
Brian Blitz there accusing Mike Anthony of slipping the referee money. And while it's no secret that the champions do make more here early going, Mike Anthony would never stoop to such tactics.
No, I have heard that Brian Blitz has tried to do the same thing in the back in the past, but they don't accept pennies and dimes.
No, Justin Taylor put the kibosh on that real quick when he became the commissioner here in CCW.
Mike Anthony getting the capacity crowd here, Stomping Ground Studios behind him as they lock up in the middle of the ring.
All right. Wild Thing and Shooter McGee about evenly matched up. Shooter McGee more of a ground technician versus, as you heard during my introduction, Wild Thing is electrifying, if you will pardon an expression.
Wild Thing is not afraid to take risks, not afraid to take chances, not afraid to fly, but right now with a collar and elbow tie up between two men who just absolutely hate each other. Oh!
Well, the animosity is well deserved because Shooter McGee and Cecil Andrews sneak attacked Chris Turner and put him out of action for a little while. So, Wild Thing might take an exception to that.
And Shooter McGee, of course, is a little hot-headed there. That slap riled him up a little bit, but Mike Anthony able to take advantage of that, take control of this match with a side headlock here on the floor.
And, Jimmy, I might add that prior to the attack on Cecil Andrews, by the sneak attack that's been perpetrated here in Stomping Ground Studios, a lot of people thought the Diamond Exchange were responsible for those sneak attacks. Now the suspicion has been lifted. Oh, but the action here in the ring, Brian Blitz distracting the referee. Textbook move. Brian Blitz always trying to give his clients every chance that he can give them.
Yeah, as if the Diamond Exchange wasn't talented enough, they have Brian Blitz out here causing havoc at ringside.
Oh.
Arm wringer there by Mike Anthony. Looking to continue to wrench that arm.
Oh, ouch.
You can hear Shooter McGee just screaming in
I
agony.
can tell you, Jimmy, as a man that's had his leg rearranged thanks to that car crash, I can tell you, having your muscles twisted and torqued like that does not feel good.
And we are so happy to have you back here at ringside instead of the satellite offices down in Madison, Florida.
Yes, although a big thanks to Madison, Florida for hosting us. Wonderful little town. Superstars of the Ring fans, if you ever get a chance, stop on by beautiful Madison, Florida. A little shout out to my adopted hometown. But once again, the action here in the ring. Shooter McGee getting a little bit of dominance over the Wild Thing. Losing my breath there for a moment.
Wild Thing with repeated punches to the stomach and trying to loosen up the grip of Shooter. But Shooter grabs the hair and is right back into that side headlock. Takes takes Wild Thing over and continues to punish the neck there, trying to drive the air out of Wild Thing.
And now they're on the ground where Shooter McGee feels the most at home. Shooter earning that nickname for the shoot style of wrestling that he employs. A gifted amateur, now applying those skills in the professional ranks.
And a fantastic strategy here by Shooter McGee. The electric flying Wild Thing, Mike Anthony, can't fly if he has his back on the mat.
I can only put my broadcasting partner. Oh, and Brian Blitz doing what he does best. There's a reason he's called the Diamond-Encrusted Deviant.
This is the second time that he's gotten involved in this matchup, giving Shooter McGee the advantage as he has his boot.
Oh, now Shooter McGee taking exception with the officiating by Scotty D. Of course, Scotty D we're glad to have back. He was the first victim in the series of attacks that have perpetuated here in Stomping Ground Studios.
Of course, the other people who have been attacked have been Cecil Andrews and now Solo Jones.
Yes, no word yet. Oh!
I don't know how Brian Blitz can be so proud of himself. Continuously interjecting himself into these matches.
Well, Jimmy, to put it simply, it's money. If Brian Blitz's clients win, he gets money. And as you can tell by that ghost jacket or ghost vest that he's wearing, Brian Blitz likes to have a little bit of money in his pocket.
Big back elbow there by Shooter McGee. Cuts off the momentum of Mike Anthony. Going for the pinfall here. 1, 2, 2 count there for Shooter McGee. Going right back into the pinfall. Same result there for Shooter McGee. That hot-headed nature going right back to a pinfall. Getting frustrated that he could not put Mike Anthony away.
No, there's a reason why they call him the Wild Thing. There is not a hold. There is not a maneuver that the Wild Thing cannot, if he puts his mind to it, get out of or endure.
He's having to endure a lot of punishment so far. Repeated knees to the gut right there. Holding on, maintaining that wrist control. Beautiful wrestling here by Shooter McGee.
And a kick to the gut. Oh, double arm suplex. And the Wild Thing felt all of that. Shooter McGee trying to get the pinfall now.
Going back for the pinfall. Another 2 count for Shooter McGee. He is so close to picking up a win here over Wild Thing, which may put the Diamond Exchange back into Tag Team Championship contention.
Yeah, or possibly, Shooter McGee winning here in the singles division could put him in line for that Southern States title, which might be vacated if Solo Jones does not recover in time. Oh! Wild Thing got Brian Blitz by the tie.
Yeah, once, twice, 3 times the charm there from Mike Anthony. Finally able to turn the tables there on Brian Blitz. By the tie.
Oh, but it may have been all for naught because that gave Shooter McGee time to implement a new strategy here against the Wild Thing. Going for the cover yet again. No, yes. No, got him in a submission hold. No, legal submission hold, I might add. Ref giving the 5 count. Shooter McGee breaks up at 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Brian Blitz planned it to go that way, but it still worked out in Shooter McGee's favor.
Though he might think twice before doing it again during this matchup. Wild Thing having none of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like in a football game. If you can get to the quarterback early, you're able to make him question things. If you're able to get to Brian Blitz, he might not interfere quite as much, but right now Shooter McGee continuing to wear down Wild Thing, Mike Anthony.
Things looking grim for one half of the tag team champions. Shooter McGee getting back up on his feet. A mistake, I think, Jimmy. Shooter McGee's much better, as I said, when he's on the ground on the mat, where he can implement those amateur skills.
Mike Anthony.
Oh, case in point right here. Wild Thing's gonna fly. Is it enough? No! Counter by Shooter McGee.
2 count there for Shooter Mgee, just putting all his weight down on the sternum, on the solar plexus of Wild Thing.
Shooter McGee is a bulldog, a lot of weight and power in that small stature he has, wailing on the back of the Wild Thing, Mike Anthony.
Yeah, Mike Anthony was going there for his signature high-flying style. Backfired on him as Shooter McGee continues to ground Wild Thing, making sure he cannot take to the air, take those chances he loves to take.
Yeah, not as flashy as what the Wild Thing's repertoire is, but it gets the job done. Case in point here in the late goings here in this match. Oh!
Wild Thing regaining control, boot right to the face, trying to regain his breath, trying to put Shooter McGee in his sights. Oh! Sounded like a firecracker going off in Stomping Ground Studios. That was the knee straight to the face of Shooter McGee. Sling blade. Another swing blade as Mike Anthony is rolling right now against Shooter McGee. The tides of this
Mike
match have
Anthony up
turned.
high, crossbody, is it enough? What's
wait.
Daniel Anderson doing in here?
What a...
Ring the bell! Come on, guys, let's go! Fuck it out, man! Let's go!
Right as it seemed like Mike Anthony was gaining control of this match, as it seemed like victory was within his grasp with the Diamond Exchange. Break it up, make sure that
Chris
doesn't
Turner
happen.
coming to the aid of his tag team partner.
Chris
The
Turner's
Diamond Exchange is back as tournament outside.
Boom! One more for good measure.
Welcome back, Daniel Anderson. Of course, Daniel Anderson, a former championship tag team partner of Shooter McGee. And now that Cecil Andrews is on the hunt for singles gold once again, perhaps these two are going to reform their version. But either way, Mike Anthony picks up the victory via disqualification, and our tag team champions stand tall once again.
CCW correspondent Jimmy Rosendorf here alongside Cody Knight. And in recent weeks, Commissioner Justin Taylor has been promising bigger competition, tougher competition here in Continental Championship Wrestling, and he has been delivering. And Cody, that seems right up your alley when it comes to what you want to see in the ring.
That's right, Jimmy. So we've made amazing signings like Bryce Maddox, monsters like Cobra Singh. Well, there's one thing that's been irking me lately, and that is Cobra Singh. He's been coming, he's been putting that Cobra clutch in everyone, and quite frankly, I've had enough of it. Cobra, I want you to hear something, I want you to hear it good. You've been putting that Cobra clutch in everyone. You haven't been releasing it after the match. You've been knocking men out. They ring the bell. You put it right back on them. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I will never stand for a bully. I don't care who it is in CCW. I will protect everyone with my heart and my soul. Because those men come in every week, they put in the work, and you see it week to week. So Cobra, come Wrestle Bash. I heard you haven't had a match yet. What do you say, me and you, huh? Figure out who the real monster is, or figure out who the real big man in CCW is.